Good morning everyone, it's Doug for Vermont Hoyas, and welcome to an update with a couple of Hoyas that I brought you a number of months ago now. I first want to concentrate on Hoya ruthiae. This is a Hoya that at one time I thought I could never grow, and now I have a spectacular example of what this plant is capable of. For the longest time I struggled with this. You've got to hang in there with this plant because it can take quite a long time to be established. And remember to add limestone or ground oyster shell to the mix, because it helps this plant out tremendously. But this thing has 3 open peduncles of flowers on there. It's covered in buds with other peduncles. Check these flowers out. It's one of the most photogenic, coolest looking flowers on a Hoya ever. And I sold a number of cuttings of this plant in the springtime, and I didn't know how it was going to respond to it, but it did super well, and I just repotted it about a week ago now. It's in a 6-inch net pot within a cash pot, but very cool. You can see the peduncles of buds. There's more of them over there. There's another one. Just take a look at that. The leaves get kind of reddish colored and in good light, but this appears to be a very happy plant. So very happy with that. Now I want to bring you an update on Hoya platycollis. I've been working for months to try to get a decent looking plant, and I'm getting closer all the time with being able to figure this plant out. It's not an easy plant. For one thing, even though the flowers look sort of like multiflora and lochii, this plant responds totally differently. This is a plant that has to be grown on the dry side and not watered until it's almost bone dry. That I was keeping this plant way too wet and having all kinds of problems with it. So that seems to be a secret. I'm experimenting in all kinds of different medias. Here's one grown in pond, Lacuza pond, and I water that when it's dry. Here's another one growing over here in sphagnum moss, and you can see it's got buds on it, and the new growth looks pretty good. Also water this thing when it's very dry. It's also got a mother of thousands growing inside the pot with it, which helps suck up some of the water. That's a crazy plant that I don't think anybody wants in their collection, because those little plantlets on the end of the leaf, they drop into everything and they sprout and they take over very quickly. But it seems to be getting along pretty well with that platycollis, so I'll leave it alone for now. And one other little plant here I wanted to show you. This plant is less than a year old. Hoya kamuki, the Mikamashiro hybrid. You can see it's covered with these large buds. I won't bother bringing this back when it's flowered because I've had many videos of this plant, but what's remarkable about this is just how young in age these things will flower. Hey, it's Doug for Vermont Hoyas again. I know I said I wasn't going to bother to show you the open buds of Hoya kamuki because I've done it so many times before, but this just looks so spectacular. I had to bring this little clip anyway. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful at such a young age. Well, I just wanted to show the open blooms, and I'll be back really soon with more great Hoyas and Hoya growing tips. Thanks again for taking the time.